One sec.
Seems pretty good.
Yeah, you think so?
You know,
Alright.
they said there's one more beta test, or one more beta weekend, but I don't remember when it is.
Hey, Rush, you're really low.
There's one more beta weekend, but I don't remember when it is.
Yeah.
I was wondering to see if I can work on it or something.
Are you talking like right into the mic, or like is the mic next to you?
No, right into it.
Like put it more towards the side because you keep like your breath is like like making
How's this?
a little bit better. Okay.
And I would want to like play it just to see how it is.
Now you're really low. Like I can barely hear you though.
I would want to play it to see how it is, though.
No, you're still. I can barely hear you.
How's this?
That's a little better. There we go.
I would want to play to see how it is, though.
So do you have any questions on the like Drew? Do you have any questions on like what I did so far in the beta, or like any like anything on that crap? Because
Yeah.
I think you're the one who wants to pick it up for realsies.
Yeah. I was just really wondering about the soul gems. Like in the like, I know how they came into play on the other games. Is it the same thing or?
I mean, I guess it is. Like there's let me see if I can get the game like going back up. I don't know. Let's I can't even like. I don't even know what happened to it. Like it's not even showing up in my PC anymore. The soul gems, as far as I can tell, were just used to revive your butt when you died, and besides that, I think you can also use it to repair your items. But I like took it, if you saw, dragged it over to my staff, which the game likes. The game didn't tell you like what broke in. I'm assuming it broke or whatever, or became unfilled. I don't even know. It said something along the lines of it got unfilled, and I said, okay, so I looked in my bag. I remember the soul gem had something to do with that. I clicked it, dragged it, dumped it on it, and I guess it did something. I think it was supposed to fill up that bar. There's like this little blue bar on each of your items, which I think is.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's different from your item repair or your item.
Yeah. Magic like items in all the games that is. Um, they all had a charge, and like if you ran out of charge, the magic ability on the item wouldn't work. So like on your Inferno staff, it would only like shoot like fireballs only so many times.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
See,
Because like I was
I
telling
didn't even know
Russ,
anything about that. Like I just kept ever since like up to level 5, or really up till that point when it started whining to me about that one time when I was like on the stairs getting my ass whooped.
Mhm.
I didn't have to worry about it. Like I was just throwing fireballs with the staff, and
Yeah.
it never like ran out of kerosene there for the fireballs. So I
Right.
don't know what to say about it.
Yeah. Well, that's something that was in the other Elder Scrolls games because I've played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim, and that's something that they kind of kept
Yeah.
because like I have the sword right now in Skyrim, like I was telling Russ, it has like plus 15 frost damage, but you only get that ability for like a certain amount of charges, which I think I have like 54 on mine. So I can swing that sword 54 times, hit something 54 times, and then I don't get that plus 15 frost damage.
Oh, is that it really?
Yeah. See, that's why I never play
It's kind of annoying, though.
spellcasters in Elder Scrolls games, is because staffs don't really do any physical damage on their
Yeah, I
own.
mean, I didn't have to deal with that in Skyrim. I was running around as like a spellcaster with a two-handed like fireball stuff, and you do like this whoosh, just like it
Right.
wasn't even fireballs. It was like fire stream, and I had it where I spec for like you do like the two-handed thing at once, and like supercharges it. So you do like this kamehameha blah wave at the enemy, and I have to worry
Right.
about. I mean, I had my mana, which was almost like unlimited, but I have to worry about like no like staff. That's what I wish they did different in this. Like I'm surprised they went the staff route. Like I wish they could have just had like you run around and like fling out spells, and not worry about like using like this kind of feels like it's just the waiting until your mana comes back, cast, cast, cast.
Wait, so they didn't keep that from the other Elder Scrolls games? Because in
I
all the
know.
Elder Scrolls
I
games,
mean,
you could.
Skyrim, I always just had you had your tomes or your abilities and such, and you put them, you either like went like one hand sword and one hand fireball, or, you know, both hand spell abilities or whatever. You mixed and matched, and
Mm-hmm.
then you just, went with that route. In this, it seems like, you got your abilities on a bar. I had my crystal knockback ability. I had my soul gem fill ability, which was button 2, which I don't know what else it did besides that. I think it had like some kind of a like damage effect. And then 3 was my like frost nova basically, except with crystals. And
Mm-hmm.
then 4 was the familiar guy I just picked up, which was like your warlock pet. And then that's your spell relic. I had one more spot I think for a spell, which was a 5th slot, and then you had your Q and E buttons on either side, which I didn't know. I didn't get to those yet, so I don't know what those do. I think those might have been like ultimate abilities, which was above,
So
like on top of
Brian,
the bar. But I didn't get to those
it's
yet
Interesting.
because I'm not high enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Brian,
see, the thing is, like with the other Elder Scrolls game, what I noticed was like,
Drew,
yes,
the guy I was watching, he put a potion on Q.
You put potions on it? Oh, is that it? Oh, okay, so
Yeah,
maybe that was
I
it.
don't know how he did that.
Because I tried putting potions on and I couldn't figure it out. Like I'd grab the potion and then the bar wouldn't show up. So I couldn't figure out how to put potions on. Like if I wanted to heal myself, I had to open up the bags, scroll down, search for the potion, and click on it. And that's why I almost got my butt handed to me by that big elite guy that I got the achievement from. Um, so I don't even like a lot of the stuff. I wish they like showed you how to do it like at least once, or there'd be like a hey, click this to turn on tutorials mode because I couldn't figure out
I like how
how to
that.
put health potions on the bar like for quick use, or even to click on or whatever. Um, yeah, a lot of people tried like comparing this to Skyrim, but there's so many things different. I mean, there's a lot of similar, but a lot of things different that you'd expect.
Brian, there
Um,
was no bars, right? It was just straight up. You have to memorize all your abilities.
Yeah, you kind of. I mean, maybe once you get high enough, like you get a lot of abilities and you can kind of mix and match and like dump stuff on a bar and play around with it. But you have 5 slots for 5 different things, and I think that'd be it. And then you just have to figure out. And I think that's how they limit you to like what you can use, is you have these 5 things at once, and whatever you go with, whatever you roll with for your spec, is your spec. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh,
Uh,
Brian, when do you want to do Dead Space again?
yeah, we should do Dead Space soon. I uploaded Dead Space parts 3 through whatever. I have to go back and do. This is for Dead Space 1. I have to go back and do the rest. Like from 0 to, up to the end of part 3 because those got lost on Twitch. But we should do Dead Space 3 soon. Yeah, we gotta do that.
Do you want to try now or?
Maybe in a bit. I got some stuff to work on. Um, so maybe later. Anything else for the for this ESO video? Like any other insights?
um, hmm,
That thing where they
not really.
teleport
Do
on
you pick
top of
like
you
a
is broken.
specific class at the beginning?
You do. I went with Breton Sorcerer, so you pick your guy out of 3 different factions, and then you pick your there was that many classes anyway. There was only like the sorcerer, which was kind of like a mage slash warlock slash slight healer. So I guess you could say like actually, you know what it was? It was basically a mage, warlock, shaman all in one because you had your lightning abilities, you had your dark summoning abilities, and then you had your like elemental abilities. So that was basically it because you
Like
also
it
had
was Star Wars.
what?
It looked like somebody was using ability from Star Wars.
Yeah, you had your force lightning. You had your blah, your unlimited power. So you're basically it. Shaman, mage, luck in one character, and then another one was like a warrior, and I think another one was like maybe like a paladin type person, but like some of them had DK abilities, like you can like death grip stuff with the chain, like go
Yeah, I saw that.
get him with the chain.
And that was like a warrior type. Is
Yeah.
is there any hunter type thing of some sort?
I don't know. I completely forgot about like what the other classes were. Like I was just focusing on mine, but I think there are. I think there is actually, yeah, because I saw, if you look at my video, I don't know if that's part of the sorcerer. You have like this like weird purplish velociraptor, which may be an upgrade to
Probably
the.
a pet.
I think
Might
it's
be a pet
I
or
think it's an
something.
upgrade to the familiar. I don't know, but you have that. Um, and I think that's part of the your sorcerer package. I didn't see any hunters. No,
Yeah.
sorry, Russ. No hunters for you to play.
The
Yeah.
fuck?
No
There never
hunters.
was really a hunter class in any of the other ESO
No,
games
not
either.
really. It was mostly either you whack stuff with an axe or you hit it with a spell, and that's kind of it. I mean, you do get some
Or
like
you played a conjurer.
yeah, well, you do get some like pet buddies, but you're not like a hunter where you have just like it's pretty much split up between you as a character and your pet. Like your pet was your big thing as a hunter, and this no, like you have your little familiar, which was my guy there that I summoned when I wasn't losing wherever he was because it's tough trying to like keep an eye on him. Um, but he didn't have like no like major abilities to use, or, like no special abilities. Maybe later on, but so far no. I mean, I was leveling him up a bit. Like I think I got him to like level 3 of Conjure Familiar or Conjure, you know, Demon Buddy. But I think it just helped out his damage and health. I don't think it actually like I didn't get to like any kind of special abilities from him, which maybe later on you might get that. I mean, I hope so. I hope you get like extra stuff for him to do, like whatnot, like him like cast stuff or interrupts.
So I have to play a mage apparently.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I like it because it takes those three classes. It takes your warlock, your mage, and your shaman, and squishes them into one class. And then however you put the abilities on the bar and however you spec yourself is however of those three classes you feel like being. And plus they do healing. I mean, I heard on the other streams that
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I saw
their
you were.
healing isn't that bad actually. Like depending on how you do it. And the AOE sorcerers are pretty darn good. Like
Can
once
you
you get
reset
to
your talents?
yeah, I guess so. I mean I didn't try to, um, but you probably can. There's no doubt about that. I don't know if you go to a class trainer or whatever. Like there wasn't really many class trainers. There was the Mages Guild, which I thought would be like your class trainer kind of sorta, but it was mostly just a separate faction that you went and signed up with. I don't even know how many factions you could sign up with. I just went around like each of them. It was kind of like going to the the guild or the club fair there at college and just signing up for all the clubs. Like, hey, we do this. All right. Hey, we do this. Okay. Uh, and I don't think there's a cap on it. But each one gives you like abilities you can use. Each one gives you like, hey, here's our faction. You can do this with our faction.
A lot of the times, like in the other Elder Scrolls games, like you would have your like skill trainers in those faction things.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with Skyrim. Like you would, there wasn't even any like trainers. Kind of, hey, you find spells and tomes and shit. At least for me, when I was doing like caster stuff. Um, and then you just use those. Like
Yeah.
Skyrim was a little more free with that. You kind of like went with whatever and spec however you wanted, and you really did whatever you wanted. It was pretty free roam. Like it was really really free roam. Um,
Oblivion was much more so, I thought.
you think so? Did you play both?
I've played Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I feel like,
Oh, you played okay shit. So you got this stuff
yeah,
down pat.
yeah,
I believe
um,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
How
in
old were you
Oblivion,
when
what
it
you would
came
have to
out?
do, you wouldn't like learn spells or like you wouldn't like get spells from like leveling up or anything. You would go to a store and you would buy spell books.